Welcome to rSlash Am I the Butthole, where OP gives $4 million to her friends' kids. Am I the butthole if I give my best friend's kids a different life-changing amount of money? I'm a 37-year-old woman, and I recently received a life-changing amount of money. I haven't yet told my best friend, a 37-year-old woman, that she and her two kids, a 12-year-old girl and 2-year-old boy, will each be gifted a life-changing amount of money in an irrevocable trust. Here's where it gets a bit sticky. I want to give the 12-year-old $2.5 million, geez Louise, and the 2-year-old boy $1.5 million. The reason I want to do this is because I helped raise the 12-year-old when she was little, and I still have her with me every school vacation. She genuinely feels like she's my child. She calls me mom, and there's no difference between her and my own children. It's the exact same amount of love. The 12-year-old girl was abused when she was younger, which has resulted in severe mental issues. Her therapist has said that it may be difficult for her to live a normal life, and she'll likely need lifelong therapy. The 2-year-old boy has his dad in his life. The girl's dad overdosed. The boy's dad is a lifer in the military, and he's very blessed with new clothing, toys, etc. The girl is not. The 2-year-old is set up better in life. It is what it is. I grew up as the black sheep of the family, and I didn't get the same opportunities my siblings did, and that's had lifelong ramifications. I look at the 12-year-old's life, and I can't help but see her childhood shaping up to be like mine, and I don't want that. While I can't change her situation, I can give her money to use to help her future. Money is a tool, after all. My concern is how my friend will take this. In her eyes, they're both her children, and they're treated equal. I don't want her to see the discrepancy in the amount and think that I don't love the 2-year-old as much, or I see him as lesser than his sister. I don't. But I'm more invested in the 12-year-old, and my motherly instinct is to provide and protect her. In addition to this is a gift. This is of my own free will, so why can't I do this? I went to the comments hoping to see this exact comment, and I am delighted that the top comment is from Charming Boss. The 2-year-old will actually get more money because of the interest over the additional 10 years in a trust fund. The 12-year-old will use money earlier, so it will accumulate less interest. This is math, not emotion. There's a lot of online calculators, and the standard return on investment if you invest all your money in the stock market is I think 7%. So $1.5 million invested over 16 years comes out to $4.4 million when this kid turns 18. In contrast, $2.5 million invested over 6 years is just $3.7 million. Guys, compound interest is nutso. If you aren't investing your money, you definitely should. Also, it's kind of crazy to think, like, what is the mom gonna do? How dare you give my children a combined, $4 million? You monster. Man, OP must be mega loaded. This is pure speculation. If she's giving $4 million to the two kids, plus money to the friend, that's probably, $2 million, so that's $6 million. And then OP says that she has kids of her own, and there's no way she's giving the friend's kids more money than she's giving her own kids, so that's another, $4 to $6 million. And then I think typically people wouldn't give away more than 50%, so if you double that, that comes out to $20 million. This is just, super rough estimates. But I think OP is loaded, swimming in money. Unfortunately, OP deleted her profile, so I can't check her history and see what happened to her. Won the lottery, I guess. Am I the butthole for telling my dad's affair partner that I don't care about her or her kids' needs and well-being? 2 years ago, my mom found out that my dad was cheating on her, and he moved in with his affair partner and her kids. Both dad and the affair partner, Martha, were married. Martha has 2 young kids with her ex-husband, and dad has me, a 16-year-old girl, and my brothers, 20, 22, and 25. My brothers refused to have anything more to do with dad after the affair, but because I was 14, I didn't get the choice. My parents' divorce took over a year, and my dad and Martha have been married for a little under a year already. Martha's ex-husband doesn't want anything to do with their kids, so they're with Martha and dad all the time. I do what I can to be outside the house when it's dad's parenting time. He notices and complains, but I told him I'm not playing happy family with his affair partner. Dad tells me not to call Martha that, and Martha has yelled at me in the past few months for using that term because she's afraid her kids will hear. I told them I don't care and I don't have respect for them. I tell Dad all the time that he let me down and he destroyed our family and hurt us all. He says it shouldn't hurt me and my brothers and that he doesn't care if he hurts Mom because she's so boring that nobody should be stuck with her. I always tell him that I can't wait for Martha to cheat on him. My dad has to pay a certain percentage for all of my activities. Martha feels it's unfair because I do so many and it takes money from their household. So she told me I need to do 1 or 2 things and not all the things because her kids have needs. And so does she, and their well-being needs to be maintained. I told her I don't care about their needs or well-being because they're not my problem. She said, "You're supposed to care about how your family is doing." And I told her the affair partner wife of my cheating father will never be my real family, and she could be homeless on the street for all I care. Dad told me I have no right to talk that way to anyone, and Martha has tried to be nice to me, but I won't even be civil with him. I told him if he wants a civil household, he should let go of his parenting time. I told him I'm done at 18 regardless, but he's the one punishing Martha's kids and Martha by forcing me to be here. He told me it doesn't give me the right to say that I don't care about the well-being of a mom with 2 young kids. Am I the butthole? Yo, these cheaters, man. So it's totally okay for him to cheat, for her to cheat too. That's fine. They can be cheaters, no problem there. But for someone to say, "Hey, I don't like you for cheating," whoa, slow down. You're going way too far. That's crossing a line, missy. God, the hypocrites. OP, you get a rock-solid 0 out of 5 butthole. Your scummy dad gets 3.5 out of 5 buttholes. Am I the butthole for not getting rid of my cat? I'm a 41-year-old woman, and I've been dating a 46-year-old guy for several years. Last year, we took a break for about 6 months. In that time, I didn't date anyone else, but he did. But I was working with someone who showed unreciprocated interest in me. This coworker was moving to another state and asked if I wanted to adopt his cat for my kids, and I jumped at the chance. We'd always wanted a cat, and it just seemed like a great opportunity. I lost contact with this coworker pretty quickly after he moved. My relationship with my boyfriend is really great, but recently he told me he hates the cat because it came from a guy who was using it to try to sleep with me. He said he didn't even want to feed the cat when I'm gone, as it just reminds him of this other guy. It's just a cat, and I literally never think of the coworker who gave him to me. I told my boyfriend I would never get rid of the cat to make him feel comfortable. Not just because of the cat, but because I will not be in a relationship where I have to prove my love by unnecessary sacrifice or pain. He said that I'm choosing a cat over him. Am I the butthole for thinking this whole thing is stupid and weirdly childish? Well, yeah, OP is choosing a cat over her boyfriend, which, to be clear, is totally fine. If I magically found myself single right now and any new love interest was like, "It's me or your dog," I'd be like, "Sorry, I choose my pooch. 'Cause he's my buddy, my Yugo buddy." Then OP posted an update. Yeah, he's gone. It did not go well, but everyone was right. He was genuinely kind and normal for the most part. I think he's just good at the masking. But in hindsight, there were some red flags of slowly escalating controlling behavior. This kind of yanked the wool off my eyes. He's incredulous that I would break up over a cat, and then tried to gaslight me by saying, "I cannot believe you actually think I wouldn't feed your cat. I was maybe being a little hyperbolic. I had a few drinks the other night. Do you think I'm a monster?" And so on. Then it turned to how controlling he was, and he laughed at me like I'm being dramatic. Mean laughter. I've never heard him do that before. It went around and around. He was very intentionally pretending to not understand and was changing the subject a lot. I told him I'm done. I'll pack up whatever junk you have at my house and drop it off at your work. I guess I'm feeling relieved that I found out before I let him further into my life. It still sucks. I'm good at being single, so life moves on. It's so dumb that he feels threatened by the cat, which, by the way, OP obtained while he was balls deep in some other woman, and he's the one who feels threatened? Am I the butthole for telling my parents that I won't move back in with them because they're ungrateful buttholes? I'm an 18-year-old girl and the oldest of my siblings. I moved out of their house 6 weeks ago because my parents accused me of being lazy and doing nothing to help them out, and treating them like my servants and making life more difficult. In reality, I was doing the most to help them. I cooked 4 nights a week, went grocery shopping twice a week, helped my mom meal prep lunches every Sunday, got my siblings to and from school, did the dishes every night, would do my own chores, and my siblings' chores when they were being difficult. And I was paying rent after I turned 18. I turned 18 in April and started paying rent then. But my parents expected more out of me, and I wasn't finished high school yet. I tried my best though, because I wanted to help my family. It was then they accused me of doing nothing and taking advantage of them, and I was like, what the hell? We got into a fight, and I packed up my stuff and left that night. I stayed at my best friend's house for 3 nights, and then I moved in with my grandparents. It took 3 weeks for my parents to demand to know when I was coming home, and I said never. Then they were saying I needed to keep helping at home, and I asked them how I could keep helping when I did nothing. They told me I was too young to move out, and I reminded them I'm 18 legally and I could move out without them needing to approve. They reached out a couple of more times and I ignored them. Then, last week, they said that we needed to talk, and I asked them what about. They said that things at home were rough without me, and I was needed and to stop behaving like this and help them. I also told them I won't ever move back in with them because they're ungrateful buttholes who want me to take over for them and never appreciate me for it. I said I did nothing before, according to them, so they should be fine since clearly they were doing it all before, and I said I'd keep my lazy butt with grandma and grandpa. My parents said that I was being a real B-word, and parents and kids fight all the time. Am I the butthole? So you don't do anything, but still your help is invaluable. You're too young to move out, but not too young to pay rent. These parents are just lying hypocrites. They're just saying whatever they can to extract the maximum amount of value from their firstborn daughter. Lazy losers. OP, just move on. I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes. Your parents get 1.5 out of 5 buttholes. This title, Am I the butthole for telling my family that, unlike them, I don't let losers come inside of me? I'm a lesbian, but that's never been an issue. My family is more upset that I'm not saddled with 1 million children and massive debts. I'm married and we're dual income, no kids. Every woman in my bloodline got knocked up by an absolute loser of a man and married him. About half ended in divorce. All ended in extreme poverty and sadness. I'm the first in my family to graduate college, and no one is proud of me. No one even wanted me to go to college. My aunt, in particular, loves to say that I'm only where I am now because I'm a lesbian. Because if I dated men, I'd have tons of kids like all of them, and I would have had to drop out of school. This, you're lucky you're a lesbian, / you only have the life you have because you're a lesbian shtick is so old to me. All the women in my family have said something along these lines to me. I'm sick of it. I'm where I am because I studied like crazy in high school. I got into a good college on an academic scholarship, and I busted my butt working 2 or 3 jobs while in school full time. I graduated with honors, and some nights had to sleep in my car to get it done. So I snapped and said, no, it's because I don't let losers come inside of me. She flipped out and said that I was being disgusting and rude. I think it's disgusting and rude that she insists all my success in life is because I'm gay. She got pregnant with my cousin while she was in high school, decided to keep the pregnancy, and dropped out of school. She stayed with her boyfriend and dealt with his addiction issues and deadbeat issues. My sister said that I was being a butthole, but I think the hate comments I've gotten for years warranted this reaction, but I do admit that it was crude. So am I the butthole? Yeah, it is crude, but also true and funny, so I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes. That was rSlash Am I the Butthole, and if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also, hit that subscribe button because I put out new Reddit videos every single day.